I'm very excited to see you guys again. We've got another video today, and we're going to be working on some really strange, odd grooves that'll kind of twist your brain around a little bit. So, basically what I'm going to be doing is just going to show you the drum beat at full speed and put together, and then I'm going to try and break it down for you and break it apart for you, because there's really nothing special to it. We've already gone over a lot of the technique, but basically what I'm going to do, like I said, is just cut it apart and feed it to you and let you put it back together. So, for our first drum beat, it's kind of a weird little rhythm that kind of is everywhere, honestly. That's why breaking it apart is kind of the easiest thing, and I'll show it to you here. To try and learn this, you need to try and separate it into parts. That's the only way you're really going to memorize this thing. For the very first segment, you're actually going to be playing bass, snare, hi-hat, bass, snare, hi-hat, hi-hat. It's just take it very slow. It's going to sound like this. So if you can practice that over and over again. Alright, so the very next part, you're going to go with the snare, the hi-hat, and the bass twice, like this. So practice that over and over again. Alright, now put the first part and the second part together like this. Just like that. Alright, so the very last part, it's going to be just a simple hi-hat, snare, bass, hi-hat, and snare again, just like this. So go back through, practice all the parts that you did, and run them all together, and keep them in the beat, and it's going to sound like this. After you're done with that, just mess around with accents and ghost notes and try to place accents and ghost notes in there, and it'll sound something like this. Alright, so the very next beat that I'm going to talk to you about, we're going to do the very same thing. We're going to cut it apart, and it sounds something like this. The cool thing about this groove is, without even knowing it, you're going to be doing this really cool jazz groove, well, with your right hand like this. But the way we're going to learn it, it's kind of like a sneak attack. You're not really going to know you're doing it until you're doing it. So, anyways, alright, I'm going to show you this in very slow motion to kind of give you the handle of it. The first strike is going to be between the hi-hat and the bass, just like this. Alright, so the first two strikes are going to be the bass and the hi-hat together, and the snare. And then after that, you're going to have two hits from the hi-hat, just like this, so put it together. A ghost note on the snare again, and then a bass by itself, and hi-hat and snare together. There you go. Now once you've got all that together, and you've pieced all that together, try and practice that part on its own, and then we're going to piece the other half together, and it'll all come together for you. But this is the first part, and just kind of practice it on your own like this. Alright, so all the last half is going to be a snare, hi-hat, snare, bass, and then bass, hi-hat together. And I'm going to show you at a very slow speed what that's going to sound like. Alright, and when you practice that at a higher speed, it's going to be like this. Alright, you take those two halves and put them together, and it's going to sound something like this. And remember, the two halves meet right at that snare hit, so you're going to have two snare hits together at that one point, like this. There's one half, and there was the second half. And when you put it together, it's going to be like this. Alright, I know those two were doozies, and I hope you guys have fun with that. I've had a lot of requests for some more progressive stuff, so hopefully that will keep you guys busy while I'm working on some more progressive and odd meter and all that jazz. So, thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you, all of my patrons. You are loved greatly by me. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.